Bonjour. There's a vehicle that said law enforcement. It didn't say police department or sheriff's department. So I thought it was weird. I just took note of it. Quite the same as what these different agencies around here are supposed to do, and most of them aren't going to do what they're supposed to, simply due to the fact that they already screwed up, and I know it, and they're aware that I know it. Anyway, I figure I ought to make sure that I'm actually capable of defrosting my window before attempting any such endeavor. So I literally have a fire underneath my feet, which is pretty cool. I'll show it to you. That's so I can heat up my windshield, which is working sufficiently for now. The windshield, the ice that's on it, it's still ice over there, and it's still ice at the bottom over here, but this part all up here down to about there, that's all heated up. Although I am crooked in the parking space, but I couldn't tell that earlier because there was too much snow on the ground. Now I have to try to dig out my towel. Maybe I can use this to help scout out where I put it. No clue. Fuck. Anyway, I wanted to make sure the law enforcement wasn't for me. There's a lot of people who are offended by hobos who are stuck somewhere. Like, yeah, you chose to be a hobo. Now spend $200 to move somewhere else so you don't have any money to pay your fucking bills on your car. Oh, we don't care if you lose your car. You should have worked harder. Fucking hiccups. Anyway, I never know when somebody's gonna have an issue and the cops for no damn reason. That does often happen. Not just to me, that's kind of a hobo thing to have happen. Oh, you're homeless? Well, here's some cops. We don't want your kind around here. Some people individually are accepting. Now, some of y'all might have noticed I went on about Tongans a bit. Some a bit about Samoan. And, of course, a little bit about Hawaiians. And it wasn't all nice shit, was it? Nope. None of us have a pretty fucking history. None of us. Samoa is sinking. Well, very specifically, American Samoa is sinking. I gotta say that because that's what they've been calling it, and we've been calling it for years. We tend to keep off the American part, don't we? That's because it's a state. They don't have the right to vote. They're just a territory. Like we were to Great Britain. That fucking hurts. Anyway, there's a lot of people that, according to the religion that most of y'all hold, that have religions here in the United States. Fuck it, let's not get into religion, right? Well, I agree. but we're stuck with it. We got religious people who want to stuff their religion in our face, but they don't want to hear anything we got to say. That's a problem. When you get somebody who is so infatuated with their imaginary friend, they will literally argue over science. Oh. The DNA says it's your kid. Well, God says it's not. Well, you know what? I'm going to believe the DNA evidence, bud. You can tell me that the Almighty had other plans and that it was an immaculate conception by your penis, but I seriously ain't going to believe it. I'm going to believe the science of it. Also, I don't like to believe anybody's word. I want to see the fucking evidence. People should not be allowed to destroy a person's life the way that mine has been. The fact that I'm still living in a fucking parking lot 6 years later. Every fucking friend that I had looked the other way to every bit of abuse that I took, with the exception of the abuse that I took from them. And what do? When they do something abusive, it's, oh, poor me, poor me. Poor me, poor me. No, you didn't give a shit about me. You pretended to be my friends. But in the end, you showed that you weren't. When you're too busy turning everything into a fucking argument, you don't even hear what happened. You're too busy fucking arguing. What the fuck makes you think that you have the right to give somebody fucking advice? When you hide your involvement in a friend of mine's death, no, we ain't gonna be fucking friends. We ain't gonna be fucking friendly either. Natalie Bollinger ain't the only person dead over this situation. But you guys don't want to hear that. You want to pretend that the Trumpites are right. That, of course, if you put on a badge, then everybody must follow your every command, whether it's law-abiding or not. This is insanity, people. Insanity. Now let's see if I can get myself backed out of this parking space. There's a possibility I won't be able to. Thank goodness fucking goddamn, my right shoulder sucks. Thank goodness I do have a little bit of room to still stuff my shit, sort of, back here. But I gotta get a hold of that advocate lady. She said that she might have a place where I can store some of my stuff that's nearby. That way, if something happens to me, the evidence is still there. So there's a lady I was reading about. Her brother went to prison like 20 years ago for a murder he didn't commit. Even with DNA evidence showing that he didn't commit the murder, it wasn't even there. Nobody cared. Anyway, this woman fought for her brother to be freed for like 20 years. Like I said, that's a long fucking time to be fighting for somebody else's freedom, isn't it? That's a lot of giving a shit about another human being too, though. That's what it shows me. Shows me that that man had a family member who actually cared. It's easy to railroad a homeless person. You want to say, oh, well, if he's homeless, it's probably because his family didn't want him. Well, why didn't they? Do you ever ask yourself that, or do you just assume that it's our fault? It's certainly not my fault that certain members of my family are child molesters. It's also certainly not my fault that my mother helps to cover up for those pieces of shit. I do hold a lot of responsibility and a lot of fault of my own, because I could not get heard. If I spoke nicely, people spoke over me. If I yell, they play victim. They feel it's okay to threaten me and threaten my life and threaten my livelihood and threaten to kill my friends and family. And then they think that I should just shut up and take it. Well, that is not intelligent. So I gotta call this lady, and even though it's dark, I know that she has somebody who lives with her who can help to keep her safe. There's a possibility that I might be able to talk her out of a shower and a place to put some of my stuff tonight. It won't just be for tonight, but I'll be able to put some of it in there tonight, and that'll give me some room to actually work with things that I got in my vehicle. And that'll help. She said I could put my stuff there, that way I'm not stuck paying the storage thing. That's one of the things about people who don't have stable housing, is trusting them to have your stuff. Well, most of the time that ends up being your stuff just sitting there. If you go to jail and the evidence that you need to prove your innocence, and when you're homeless, that's how it is. You are guilty until proven innocent, or until you can buy your innocence, which you guys all know about that. Fucking damn. Alright. So I got these vents on the side here. They're not supposed to be vents. It's just so that my speaker can come through. Unfortunately, it's fucking cold. And I think if I stuff a blanket on the side there, it'll prevent it from coming through as much. I'll have to wait till the daytime to tape it up though, because I won't be able to do anything with my hands that'll take that kind of effort. Not while it's fucking freezing out, and it is fucking freezing out. People really enjoy turning cookies in this here parking lot. I guess they're not used to having snow. It was awful nice of him to be slipping and sliding. Anyway, I'm gonna repark, because if this stuff actually freezes up on me, I'm gonna be stuck in this parking space. And I definitely don't want that. What I do want is for this hole to be slightly covered. So let's try to slide something here into the... Ah, fuck it, it ain't gonna work. Oh, Scudder. I think he's not the one that was turning the cookies, but I'll stop and talk to him for a minute. Probably just youngins being youngins, you know how it is. Alright. Just make sure ain't nobody behind me. I do almost have enough for coffee in the morning. That phone call. See what she says. This area right here looks like it's safe enough that I can park and not get stuck. I cannot tell if I am all straight or if I am crooked because I can't see any of the white lines. Alright. Maybe we'll get a history lesson in tonight. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.